Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Doorbusters Taste Challenge. We have from 2016 introduction year, Cooper's Craft 82.2 proof beech and birch charcoal filtered. They barrel it, age it for at least 4 years. We don't know the age statement, but it's a minimum of 4 years. And then it's filtered through a combination of beech charcoal and birchwood charcoal. And it's from Beam. Oh, whoa. It is from Brown-Forman, Louisville, Kentucky. Brown-Forman, owners of Jack Daniels, Old Forester, Louisville, Kentucky. Justin Hopkins. Hey, Ronald. Hello, Justin. Thanks for watching this early hour, 5:39 a.m. Central Daylight Time, May 14th, 2020. Now we have Jim Beam Repeal Batch, non-chill filter Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey at the old original Jim Beam ABV level, 86 proof. Alcohol by volume would be 43% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. This is what Jim Beam was bottled at years ago until at least the 90s, I think, 1990s, 86 proof. And non-chill filter like in the old days. Now it's chill filtered. Does that change the whiskey? Some people claim it makes it worse. Other people say it doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm not enough of an expert. It didn't taste much different to me. But I'm not the person to ask, you know what I'm saying? It says since 1795. Now notice it doesn't say Jim Beam. The brand has been around since 1795. No, it says distillers since 1795. The Beam family, the Beam, the Beam family from Germany at that time, the Heiliges Römische Reich, the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation, the First Reich. They came to America. They came to America, and then they went to Kentucky and they started a distillery around 1795, and then they kept distilling various brands. Prohibition came and then they stopped distilling. And then from my research, they introduced the Jim Beam brand in 1938, named after the current, or like the recent director of the company, James Beam, who brought it back to life, you know, got it going again. So they named this in his honor, Jim Beam. And it's very popular today. The world's most popular bourbon whiskey. This is the limited edition, celebrating the 85th anniversary of Prohibition's repeal in honor of James B. Beam. James B. Beam. Well, if it's a limited edition, why it's still on sale 2 years later, right? Why it's still at the market? Okay, I bought this at Walmart. I bought this at Walmart for $12.87 plus tax. It was actually, it rang up lower than the sales tag, you know, the tag on the shelf, which is common for Walmart. Well, maybe not common, but not that unusual. So I was pleased. $12.87 for a 750 milliliter bottle of Kentucky straight bourbon, non-chill filter whiskey. The normal price for this, $23. I saw it at Walmart. I saw it at Walmart last week, $23. It might have been $23.99, $24. No joke, true story. Walmart, and they're cheaper generally. You know, they cheaper than everybody else. Yes, you can buy whiskey at Walmart in this town. And it's not where you got to tell the lady behind the counter, can you grab me that? No. You just walk down the aisle and you grab it. Put it in the buggy or the basket or shopping cart, whatever you call that thing. All right. Now, $24 a bottle. I got it at Mathern's Market in Riverland, the Riverlands location. You know, I got it for $9.99. $9.99. Over half price. That's $19.98 for 2 bottles. I got it for $9.99. You know, if you but still $19.98 and the regular price $23, $24. What a deal! 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 I'm so tempted, oh so very tempted, to go back to Savannah Discount either today or Saturday and to buy the Woodford Reserve Rye if they have a bottle left, because they had the half-size bottles, $3.75, 375 milliliters for $6. People are telling me $6, so that's $12 for a full-size bottle. 12 bucks. People are telling me $12. Shoot, it's like $38 for one bottle. Regular price. I know. I almost bought it, and then I didn't. And you know how that is. You regret it. I bet you I'm gonna go back. They don't have it, but I sure hope they do, because I would buy it. I would love that rye. I love that rye. I love that rye. And I just recently at Walmart, you know, Walmart, $15.98. I bought old. It's hard to say that word. Old Overholt. Old Overholt Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. Originated in Pennsylvania, but now made in Kentucky. Heck, I poured a little too much Jim Beam. I don't think it's too much to matter, though. Color. The Beam is slightly more golden, and the Cooper's Craft is a little more amber. So I got to be careful behind that. Is the 86 proof going to show up compared to the 82.2 proof? That's kind of close, really, right? 41.1% alcohol versus 43. It's not a great difference. Kind of like Busch versus Busch Light. Busch beer is 43. Okay. Busch beer is 4.3% alcohol in America, United States of America. In British North America, say British North America. I mean Canada. You know, used to be called British North America. In the Dominion of Canada, you can get Busch and it's 4.7%. Yeah. But here it's 4.3 and the Busch Light is 4.1. Does it make a big difference, 4.3 or 4.1? And the calorie count is almost the same. No. I don't even understand what I got. Busch, which is light, versus Busch Light, which is light. I don't know. Where do I go? Who do I turn to? I don't know what to say about that. But Busch, let me tell you, Busch Light is not that popular in Louisiana. I know it's more popular in America. I am in America. It's a better seller than Busch beer in the United States. All right. But around here, Busch is the big seller and Busch Light is the tag along. They don't even sell the bottles of Busch Light anymore. Why is that? They want to sell it. I mean, around here, other states, yeah. Busch, we get it in bottles, 12 packs, or cans, 12 packs, and then other variety, versions like 30 packs or whatnot. What about Cooper's Craft and Jim Beam Prohibition Repeal? Well, I mean, they're not that big of a deal around here. You know what I mean? They're just like sideline products. Cooper's Craft is, I mean, I guess a little bit of it dribbles out of the store once a month. They probably sell more Crown Royal in 1 hour than all the Cooper's Craft sold in this whole parish in a month. Now, I'm not making that as a joke to be silly, to be flip or anything. That's how big Crown Royal is around here. Crown Royal is the king of this state, Louisiana. It's the #1 selling Canadian whiskey in America, the United States of America, but it's #1 in Louisiana. It's #1 selling whiskey in Louisiana. Jack Daniel's popular. Jim Beam is popular. I'm talking about regular Jim Beam. What else? What else? Basically it. That's your 3 big ones. And then you got all these other ones that got their little followings, But that's your big ones. That's your big one. Then you got Hennessy, Paul Masson, those brandies. Hennessy, Cognac, Brandy, Paul Masson. Those are big. Seagram's Gin. Everybody will always be buying Seagram's Gin. But Tanqueray is big too, but I think Seagram's probably your #1 seller. But anyway. It's very like nectar, candy corn. Honeysuckle nectar, like you pick a honeysuckle. It's just like stereotypical bourbon whiskey. If you and a little charred oak, like it's just like standard, as people would say, standard. If you say, oh hey, Mister, oh hey Miss, Mrs. You ever tried bourbon whiskey? And they said, oh golly gee, no, I've never had bourbon whiskey. What does it taste like? You say, well, let me show you. This could be a prototype. You know, a prototype is like something that represents the whole class of whatever the item is. That could be a prototype. It's like that's what you think of when you think of bourbon whiskey. That. I guess Crown Royal would be your prototype for Canadian whiskey. Like that's your baseline. That's your standard deviation. This is more corn. Oh, that's a heavy corn attack. Woof. I just had grits this morning. I put a hot dog in it. Sugardale hot dog. And the Valentina extra hot sauce, Black Label. Some pepper and some Russian spice. My daughter said, how was that Russian spice? I said it was strange. I didn't like it at first, but I've gotten used to it. But oh, this smells like corn grits, and I just ate them. Oh, why would I want to drink corn grits? Answer, I wouldn't. Yeah, you say, but bourbon's popular, fool. No one needs your stinking dawn busters, 5:35, 5:45 a.m. drinking, tasting videos to substantiate their preferences. You know, Jim Beam doesn't need you to be big. I understand that. If you think it's corn, you need to run along. I do think it's corn. I'm not running along. That's what I feel about it. Whew. That's coming into play too now. It's got a little twist to it though. Like a little caramel candy twist. Huh. Is it the Jim Beam? I think it might be. But the aroma is not what gave it away the last time. It was the taste. That's therefore, and thus fourthly, that's why we call it a taste challenge, not a smell challenge. But on aroma, I'm not quite sure. I think I know, but I don't know, but I might know. Come out to play. All right, now we're going with the taste challenge part of the show. Candy corn, sweet corn taste. You say corn flakes, huh? Kind of like that corn frosted flakes, if you want to be techno. Well, I don't know. You want to eat a bunch of corn that has sugar sweetness in it and some charred oak barrel. Have at it. Enjoy it. I hope you love it because that's what you're getting. You say, oh, you are so anti-bourbon. You're an anti-bourbonite. I knew I could pick up those little dog whistles you were blowing. No, I just am pointing out the facts as they exist in my mind. Yeah, man, I'm gonna go sit down and eat corn on the cob. Then I'm gonna eat cornbread, then some popcorn naturally. And I'm gonna get some corn flour, cornmeal. I'm telling you what. I'm gonna watch Children of the Corn. I mean, enough's enough. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that corn whiskey. You say, well, bourbon is not corn whiskey. Wrong-o. You win an award. It's called being wrong. You got first prize. It is corn whiskey. It's corn whiskey aged in a never before used charred oak barrel. And it's at least 51% corn. Can it be 100% corn? Certainly it can be. Has to be at least 51% corn. The other 49%, it doesn't matter. You say, what if you use grain spirits, unaged? You can do that. It's blended bourbon then. It's a class of whiskey. It's called blended bourbon whiskey. I didn't say it was good. I said it exists. I can go to Walmart and buy 10 high, right? Nah. Well, it's 7. It isn't bad, though. It's very mild. Well, there's a little bitter in my mouth. You're saying, hey, didn't you say in the past that the Cooper's Craft had an unusually bitter flavor? I did say that. And that you would use the bitterness as a signpost to detect which is which? I did say that. And is it possible that you're using that at this very moment to differentiate one from the other? I am doing that. I have to admit it. Oh, ooh, charcoal. Let's all go buy some Kingsford charcoal. Let's get some steaks, ribeyes. Let's grill them, because that's about what I'm drinking right now. A whole bunch of charcoal on corn, corn on charcoal, charcoal on corn. I'm not slamming these products, no. And in fact, I even like the products. I would recommend the products. I am glad I bought the products. But that being said, you must admit that they are corn forward. And that's an understatement. Okay. Which do I prefer? Which of the two do I prefer? Well, guess I think that I just don't know. And I feel that I just don't know. Gonna try for the kingdom if I can, 'cause a great big clipper ship. It's hard to say, boy. I mean, if you want to be particularly exact, I could say that it's a kind of a tie. You want to know the truth? It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a draw. It's a split decision. But it's not 3 judges. You know what I'm saying? It's just 1 judge. Golly. Well, I mean, in my case, the Cooper's Craft wins because I paid $9.99, which is an outlandishly low price, which you will never see. You know, oh, it's burning me. It's burning in my throat, in my throat, in my throat. So based on the regular price, $12.97. Oh, sorry, $12.87 versus $23.95. That's like almost twice the price, even though it's not really much better nice. I think that by default, the Jim Beam would win. What else can you say? It's half the price, essentially. So I think the Jim Beam Repeal Batch wins, especially since its interests don't conflict with my interests. Do I adore either one of these? I wouldn't say that I adore them. I like them. They're nice. They're cool. It's all good. Hey, boy. I think that this is the Cooper's Craft by virtue of the bitterness. But it's strange, though, because the bitterness is not that loud today. In the past taste challenges, ooh, it was screaming bitterness. It was like like an alarm on a car that got stuck and you can't turn it off. Like in the solo review. Oh, that thing was just screaming bitterness, screaming for vengeance. But isn't so now. Cheers, Ron. Okay, Jim Beam with a splash of Coke sounds good right now. Oh, yeah. Well, I like it with the splash of no Coke. I don't like Coke. To me, it's like you ruined it. But that's me. Adding any kind of drink. Well, I'm a neat guy. You say you're neat. What is that? Yeah, I mean, I drank them straight. You dig? Okay, now, so I do think, honestly, all kidding aside, I think this is the Cooper's Craft. And if I look at the label and it says CC, I'll know I'm right. It is the CC. It is the CC. It is the CC. Hey, guess what? You say what? I haven't gotten it wrong yet. I've been 100% accurate with Cooper's Craft, and I'm proud of that, and I'm unanimous in that. So what does that prove? Well, I think it demonstrates, yeah, too much whiskey. I'm not drinking it, I'm tasting it. You don't judge me, and then I won't. Okay, I think it demonstrates that the Cooper's Craft is distinct. It's unique. I've never tasted a bourbon that was bitter like that. Wasn't too thrilled with it the first time I had it. I gave it a B, just B, good, nothing more. Now, like most things that I hate, I end up liking. Yeah, I think the score is creeping up. Hadn't gotten out the B range though. Okay, so what's it going up against next? Well, next up is Blanton's. You say Blanton's with the horsey on it. The one that's $60 a bottle that people put on a waiting list to get put on a waiting list to get. Exactly. The single barrel, exactly. Now we would assume, and I'm ready to join that assumption, we would assume that the Blantons will annihilate the Cooper's Craft. The Blantons from Buffalo Trace would annihilate the Cooper's Craft. I'm inclined to believe that. But yet I've been shocked before, and I'll be shocked again. So Saturday morning, the plan is Cooper's Craft. Well, to be Blanton goes first because they've been on the market since 1984. So we give deference to the older brand. It'll be Blanton single barrel. Okay, you got me. Versus Cooper's Craft. Expect the worst, but be open-minded to receive what could be a lot more interesting than just a one-sided affair. You know, you say, oh, it's going to be like the Super Bowl in New Orleans back in 1986 for the 85 season, the Bears versus the Patriots. You said that thing was so boring, I started watching a World of War after an hour and a half. Well, I couldn't blame you for that. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. You say, no, it's going to be like the 49ers and the Chargers and after the 94 season. Well, that was bad too. That was worse. Okay, but no, I don't think it'll be anything like that. But I do think it'll be a little bit one-sided. Yes. Yes, I think it'll be one-sided. Now, the follow-up, the finale will be on Sunday, God willing. It'll be Cooper's Craft from 2016 versus Stedman. Why am I closing my eyes? I already got it right. Baba Booey, says Dr. Frosty Brew. Mama Monkey. Okay, now, Mama Monkey. Well, good job, says Justin Hopkins. Thank you, Justin Hopkins. Baba Booey. Well, and that's a deep subject, but well, on Sunday, we've got Cooper's Craft, 82.2 proof, but it's going up against Stedman Select, which is at Walmart, and you get a huge bottle, and you only pay $19.96 for a huge bottle. And I repeat, huge glass, not plastic, glass. Kevin Johnston, good morning. Good morning to you. Glass bottle, 1,750 milliliters, 1996, aged 3 years, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, Louisville, Kentucky. You say, well, I've never heard of international IWA. I never heard of IWA distilling. Yeah, I know. Neither have anybody else. You say, but I've heard of Sazerac. Exactly. You say Buffalo Trace, Fleischmann's, Glenmore, all that. Castle Rock. No, not Castle Rock. That's a movie studio. White Rock. Oh, my goodness. White Rock Distilling, Lewiston, Maine. Yes, that's Sazerac. And I have a funny feeling, now this is only conjecture, but I have a funny feeling that the Stedman Select would not only rival the Cooper's Craft, but could actually beat it. And my prediction, here's the initial prediction. I think that Stedman Select is going to come up from the rear and beat Cooper's Craft. You say, you're crazy. You're going mad. Man's lost his mind. Wrong, wrong. If you could have heard the man just 2 days ago, if you could have heard him, man. All right, so, you know, zap him with your siren, man. Zap him with your siren. I'm serious. I think, and then we're going to close that out. And then starting next week on Tuesday, I'm so excited. I'm like a child on Christmas morning. I'm like Martin Short, the boy who couldn't wait for Christmas, because we're going to do Cruzan aged rum, the gold version, versus all the other aged and gold rums. Now, I found Cruzan to be perfectly bland, and that was after all the hype. People just kept telling me, you got to try Cruzan. Your life won't be the same if you don't try Cruzan. It'll change your perspective on the life, you know, life, the universe, and everything. It'll be like the restaurant at the end of the universe. You got to try Cruzan. I say, okay. How's the weather? Good morning, Ron. Max Walt says, oh, it's very warm and humid here. It's like summertime in the spring. But I found Cruzan to be dull and didn't have a lot of flavor. So I think the taste challenges will bring out a lot of characteristics that I wasn't expecting or predicting. So, but I feel bad. I think Bacardi's going to destroy Cruzan. I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel about it. Anyway, it's preliminary. So anyway, any last comments? Anyone? All right, so cheers to Cooper's Craft. But more cheers to Jim Beam, which beat it. You won, Jim Beam, by virtue of what? Flavor? No, not really, but price. And sometimes the price is nice. 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, that's about right. Uh-huh. It's muggy. But then what's new? You hear frogs out here. They love it. You know, the frogs love the humid weather. I mean, that's what their whole raison d'etre is, right? Amphibious, water, humid, mugginess, right? Favorite sport? Oh, man, I don't know. Baseball or football. But then they don't have sports anymore. That was canceled due to scamdemics in Louisiana. Yeah, it's warm here. Thanks, y'all, for watching this video production. I'll be back soon enough. You take care now. Tell your mama S how she doing.